Hey friends and neighbors, old Doc Martin here. I know it's been a while since I've done a Doc Martin video, so I guess it's about time I get caught up. Yeah, now you may want to send the kids and grandma and the wife off in the other room, whatever, you know. If you've ever watched a Doc Martin video, why sometimes it isn't family oriented or whatever. So just wanted to let you know what's been going on. I had a couple old friends of mine, old Lupus, Blizzard, Valdez, and Do-Rock, call me up, and they wanted to go out and paint the town red. And when we usually do that, why, we have to put a lawyer on retainer because we paint it. Well, things were a little bit different this time. We went out, we were having a high time, we were hitting all the good places, you know. And after a couple hours, they realized that old Doc was missing. So they do some backtracking. They go to every bar we were at, some that we never go to, just to see if, you know, I'd changed my ways, which I never will. I wasn't nowhere to be seen. Now I'll tell you why I wasn't anywhere around. Wife called me and she said, "Tell him I ain't here, he'd better get on home." And when she says that, it's time to get to the house. So I cut out. I didn't even talk to him, tell old Do-Rock and Lupus, Blizzard, Valdez that I was leaving. Well, the reason behind the party is old Lupus, he decides he wants to get out of the county and explore bigger cities and what have you. So that was the reason for the party. Anyway, after about 4 hours of kicking the cob out of the jug at several different watering holes and saloons, I get the phone call, so I head home. I didn't even say nothing to them. They weren't paying attention. Hell, they were off looking at the girls and what have you anyway. So they start looking for me. They're backtracking, hitting all the places we'd been and what have you. Couldn't find me. So they called the sheriff and see if I'd happened to get in a little bit of a scrape, which is fairly common. He said, no, he said, I hadn't seen him. So then they really got worried. So the sheriff says, well, you know, maybe he had an accident or something, and I'll meet you at the local clinic, see if he's all piled up there. So Do-Rock and Lupus and the sheriff, they're all down at the clinic, and Doc down there at the clinic, you know, here it's 2:30 in the morning. He's like, well, shit, he said, we got one guy here, had a hell of a wreck. He's all banged in a cast from head to toe, you know, Lupus, he says, well, he says, is he really in that bad a shape? And he said, well, he is from the head down. He's all wrapped up and right down to the waist and what have you. So Do-Rock says, well, we can tell if it's old Doc or not. So they come in, they look, sure enough, the guy, he's wrapped up from head to his waist and one broken leg in a cast. And Lupus says, well, he said, Do-Rock, he said, roll him over and spread his cheeks. So Do-Rock, he flips the guy over, spreads his cheeks, and no, that ain't Doc. So they leave there and they go down to another local place, a Wong Ho's massage parlor, thinking that maybe I stopped in there or something. Now you go in the front door there and you tell old Wong that you want a massage, you get a massage. If you want more than a massage, you tell old Wong that you want to take a little trip down to the Poontang Delta, and he sends you upstairs. That costs you a little bit more. So they asked Wong if I'd been in. Wong says, no, I haven't seen him for a long time. So the sheriff, Do-Rock, Lupus, they leave there. They don't know what to do, and they thought, boy, maybe it was really bad, you know. Old Doc finally met his demise, and so they head down to the local morgue, and they get the mortician up out of bed. Mortician says, yeah, he said, we got one guy come in, he was tore up bad. He said, we're gonna have to keep the box closed on this one. And old Do-Rock, you know, hell, he just had a little tear coming down there. He just knew it was old Doc, you know. So the sheriff says, well, can we take a look? And mortician, well, I guess so. He said, but I'm going to warn you. He said, the guy's in really bad shape. And so they go in the back room there, and you couldn't even, you know, begin to recognize the guy. His face was gone and everything. And Do-Rock tells old Lupus, he said, well, Lupus, he said, you roll him over and spread his cheeks, and we'll see if it's Doc. So Lupus, he rolls the guy over and spreads the guy's cheeks, and he said, no, Do-Rock, he said, it ain't Doc. And so they go walking out of the mortician's office there, and the mortician and the sheriff, they're like, well, the sheriff says, well, geez, Lupus, he said, you know, he said, both these places where you couldn't recognize the guy, he said, you rolled the guy over and spread his cheeks. I said, what the hell did you do that for? You know, Lupus, he says, well, he says, everybody knows that old Doc Martin has two assholes. He said, every time the three of us walk down the sidewalk, everybody hollers, well, here comes old Doc and them two assholes. So that's how the party went, folks. You have a good one. Talk to you later. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, whatever you want to do. Hit the subscribe button if you want. If you want to follow me working on this old John Deere, you can do that too. Have a great one. Take care.